Everyone has insecurities of some sort. Most of the time, they stem from something that happened in childhood or perhaps from a traumatic, either big T or little t event that happened later in life. And these insecurities can present themselves in many different ways. In this video, I'm going to share with you some ways that your husband may be insecure. Spoiler alert, he is, because all of us are insecure about something. But I will share some common ways that this presents in men and what you can do to help your husband feel more secure. And be sure that you stick around until the end of the video because I'm going to give you access to a free mini course that will teach you even more about how to make your relationship with your husband better. Like and subscribe to this video, to our channel, and hit the bell so that you don't miss when we post new content because we truly want to help you. I'm going to start with the next points, but real quick, leave a comment and tell me what your husband is doing right now that is showing you that he's insecure. And how have you responded to it so far? Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have some new tools to help him feel more secure in who he is as a man and as your husband. So, what is insecurity? The American Psychological Association reports that insecurity is multifaceted. It pertains to an overall sense of uncertainty or anxiety about your worth, abilities, skills, and value as a person, conveying the message that you're at risk or in danger of losing something or someone. It has a negative impact on your physical, mental, and emotional state, and without that security that you're looking for, it makes you feel like you can't live up to your fullest potential. So here are some symptoms of insecurity. 1, an overriding feeling of inadequacy, a lack of feeling self-confidence, self-esteem, or self-worth, like you're unable or ill-equipped to cope with stressors, generally uncertain about the world, or anxious about your relationships with others. In generalities, insecurity can present itself in behaviors that are either others-focused or others-avoidant. So here are some ways that insecurity can present in men. 1 is people-pleasing or avoiding conflict, saying yes to anything and everything. It's one thing to want to serve others in this way and have the motivation of service and knowing when to stop versus doing it to get approval or love, being a people-pleaser. Another way is pining for other people's attention or approval, asking either explicitly or implicitly, "What do you think of me?" or talking down about oneself in order for others to build them back up. It also looks like consistently looking for validation in word or action from others. Someone may send multiple text messages to people telling them how much they mean to them in hopes to get a positive response back. That's a sign of insecurity. Or overworking in order to gain praise at work. Making excessive phone calls or oversharing information with friends could also be a way that someone is trying to gain security from others, or even touting your own success so others will feel intimidated or impressed by you is still that effort of looking to another person to validate your emotions. It's still that others-focused insecurity. At its most unhealthy, others-focused insecurity can even look like multiple affairs, multiple sexual partners, flirting consistently with other women. All of that can fall into that. So those are some ways that insecurity behaviors can be others-focused. Here's how they can be others-avoidant, a wall of protection that you're looking to build around yourself. Constantly disagreeing with other people, feeling a strong need to be right in everything that you say, even getting small, physically beginning to cower down, disconnecting eye contact, removing yourself from physical touch, always being defensive, being distrusting, constantly checking other people's phones or social media, or even becoming closed off sexually or intimately. These are just some examples of what insecurity can look like. And at its core, insecurity is built on a negative self-belief that I am not good enough. And either the person is going to turn outward to seek feeling good enough or turn inward to protect themselves from not feeling good enough. So here's what not to do when your husband is insecure. You do not point out their insecurities to them. This is not to say that you act like nothing is happening, but you don't want to approach your husband and say, I realize now that when you go out of your way to ask me what I think about you and what you did and what others thought about you at that party, it's really coming from your insecurities. Or you don't say, because of how defensive you are. It's because you're insecure. It's like Big Bang Theory, if any of you know that show. Leonard's mom, she's completely a terrible mother, right? Like, she has no empathy. She's completely disconnected. She's psychoanalyzing everything. That's not how you want to come across in this situation. You simply want to take what you are learning, what you're learning here in this video, and realizing, oh, there's something deeper going on, which is probably the reason my husband is acting the way that he is. And I'll share what to do in just a minute. But the other thing is, you don't want to use their insecurities as a way to hurt them or manipulate them. It can be tempting to realize that your husband may be sexually insecure, for example, and in the heat of an argument, throw that back in his face. Or to realize that your husband is a people pleaser and want to milk that to your advantage. Don't do that. This is an opportunity for you as his wife to lean in and to support him. Do not allow the insecurities to run your life, especially for some of the more distancing ways that insecurity can present, like flirting with other women. That doesn't mean your husband gets a free pass because of his insecurities. You have to deal with the core issue, and you can't fix your husband. You cannot make him feel secure, but you can do the following. Number one, you can respond with empathy. Your goal should be to get your husband to open up about how he is feeling. When Rob was going through crazy stressful times at work, lots of transition and pressure was put on him. He felt insecure because of the things that had happened at work, and he didn't feel good enough. How did that present in our marriage? Angry, defensive, pulling away, protecting himself. He was others-avoidant. Instead of leaning in and saying to my husband, "You're insecure right now," which would have made it worse, I had to realize that, number one, this wasn't about me. And number two, the best thing I could do is respond with empathy. Saying, "I am so sorry that you're going through what you're going through right now, and I know it must be hard. How can I support you?" If you have a husband who is overly anxious and others-focused, you may want to say, "I notice that you seem to be running yourself crazy trying to do things for others. Is everything okay? Is there anything I can do to help you?" Offer opportunities for your spouse to open up to you and to get to the bottom of their insecurities. You can do this by being a safe place, and over time, your spouse should hopefully begin to trust you and open up to you about what is really happening. And when they do, that's when you get to respond with care. Listen, don't try to fix, don't try to correct them or tell them what they need to do. Just listen. Lean in. This builds trust, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is that your husband realizes that you will be there for him no matter what. That can help him begin moving from insecurity to security by showing that you are a secure place. This is just scratching the surface to the entire process of how to have a strong and healthy marriage, but I will teach you more about what you can do to stop fighting and start connecting physically and intimately in the free mini course, How to Get Your Spouse to Fall Back in Love with You. No matter how long you've been married or how in love you are, falling in love is a daily process. And in this mini course, you will learn the process of falling in love and what you can start doing today to have a better marriage. And the things you learn will also help you in learning how you can help your husband feel more secure. If you want to learn how to decrease your own insecurities and increase confidence, then click the video on the screen to watch the next video about pies that goes more in depth about the 4 areas of attraction: physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. So get that free mini course, and I'll see you in the next video.